Welcome to Ask Us Anything, and we are absolutely thrilled that you're joining us this last Sunday evening in October.
Yes, it is, and we are glad to see you guys. I'm going to try something new. There is a thing here that lets me put in chat overlay, and we get to see how all of that works. And we're still messing around. There's all these new features. Let me come back and look at that on a big screen and see how it looks. Well, welcome from, I would like to say from sunny Florida, but we are
Rainy Florida.
We're not sunny today. This is the first day we have seen rain in 3 weeks in our travels through 12 states over the past over 2 months now as we've been on the road. And I kind of enjoyed the day. How about you?
Well, I love the sunshine. I mean, we had some beautiful, beautiful weather down here, but the waves are big. And I love big, powerful waves. I think I should live on Lake Superior.
Yes, I think you should too. And I would go with you up there, but
Bo would like it.
Bo would love it. Bo does not like Florida. It's
No.
too warm. Although it's been 80 degrees every day, and it cools off into the 50s, 60s nights, and that has been really good. So, hey, seeing lots of people check in. The Tool Man checked in. Glad to see it. And we've got a question here from Little Piece of Heaven Farm. Just got back from Oregon coast trip.
We had a blast. You may have answered this already. Why did you switch from a fifth wheel hitch to a gooseneck hitch?
Well, the gooseneck hitch is a fifth wheel hitch. So there. But people have gotten so used to that puck system, that big puck that kind of lacks into that thing that takes up the whole bed of a truck. Plus, I have been reading stuff for 2 years about people who had goosenecks who tell me, oh, it's the best thing in the world. We have actually love our gooseneck. It's easier to tow, all that stuff. And I kind of just let that all go by the wayside and didn't really think a whole lot of it. But then I saw the Gen Y hitch, which is what Brinkley, the fifth wheel that we bought back in August, that Brinkley has. And I read all the reviews on that, read all the specs, read all their studies on it that Brinkley did to show how it eliminates almost all of the chucking that you get with a regular traditional puck type fifth wheel, you know. So we put it in, and it's been astounding. Now, it was a slight learning curve for a couple, three hookups, but I'd say after the third or fourth hookup, we had it down. And now,
thanks to all your research, I mean, you made lots
you guys, a lot of people helped
yellow us. And red tape to help you figure it out in the beginning.
I probably don't need that all, but it's on there. But I can pretty much
doesn't hurt to have it.
I can pretty much back in, and then the question is what you can't see in the camera is when you get about that close to the ball, and that's where it gets a little tricky.
Spotter.
That's where I need my lifelong traveling companion and my bride. I'm going to take those comments off because it's kind of annoying to me because I can't read them on the little monitor screen that I have. So that's why we got the Gen Y hitch, and if I ever get another system, it will have a Gen Y hitch. I just really like that hitch. It tows so well.
I think what most of you guys out there and gals would like about this hitch is that your bed in the truck.
It's yours.
It's yours. It's not taken up with this big old hitch.
And, I mean, there is a little ball that comes up, but you can actually just flip up a handle and pull it right out. And then there's two little guards, that go into the puck system in the back of the truck in the bed that have safety chains, and you can take those out. So you can have, but even without that, I have like the whole bed I can store stuff in now.
Our handyman at our last house, he was really admiring Mike's half-ton truck. And then he looked at the hitch in the back and he said, well, that isn't good for anything.
Well, it takes up a third of the bed.
It takes up a lot of room.
Now, I don't haul a lot with my truck, but I can.
If you wanted to.
If I wanted to, I could. Anybody need some help moving? Let's go do it. It's been great. Hey, Josh has a question about the truck. And
how's the truck been, Mike and Jen? Has it been good on fuel, as in diesel fuel?
Well, Yeah, I think so. The one thing I do notice when I tow with my F350, that's what we have, F350 6.7 liter engine, is that it really goes through the DEF. Hate that DEF. It's just some bunch of wacko environmentalist stuff. But anyway, we all have to go with it now. And about every 1,200, 1,500 miles when I'm towing, I have to top off the DEF. I get that. You only have 500 miles to go. So,
And then how long before it won't run if you don't put the
500 miles,
DEF?
and then it kind of won't start up again, or you
Yeah,
get 10
I mean,
starts or something
you
like
gotta
that.
get it.
It isn't it hasn't been a problem really.
I mean, you carry DEF with us.
I carry DEF with us, and I do all my diesel fuel when I'm towing at Love's or a station that allows. I have that Open Roads discount card for diesel, and I pull in with all the big boy trucks, and they have DEF at the pump, and so I use that. But it does suck up a lot of DEF, and I'm not the only one. I've noticed other people I've talked to who tow with the same trucks have the same issues. Now, in terms of mileage, I am pleasantly surprised. We have just completed about a 5,000 mile trip that has taken us through 12 states since the end of August. And I've averaged about 12.3 miles the whole trip. Now that's just towing, because I've set the odometer 1 for only when I'm towing, and then 2 the whole route. So I kind of watch that, and it's 12.3, 12.2. That's pretty good mileage when you're towing, a big 35-foot fifth wheel.
I got to say, I'm a little weird because I love these trips. I love driving through 12 states. I like to see how the roads are. I like to see the different communities. I just feel like I'm checking on the nation. I mean, this is my nation. I feel like they're all my states, the whole country. When you an RVer, you go to all these different places and you feel like they're all home.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love visiting different states.
And you hear stories in the news from time to time about a community that you've spent time in, you've camped in, or you know it a little bit. And, hey, we've been there, we know that. And you picture the places you've gone.
You picture all the nice people that you meet and restaurants and things that you've seen, and you just feel a bonding.
Josh has a follow-up question, and he asked a second question here.
Okay. Would you guys
get a dually? Yeah.
Get a dually diesel Ford in the future? I don't think so.
No reason to. I mean, I do not think the only way I would do that is if I got a bigger fifth wheel, and I just don't see that happening. I mean, we love the Brinkley 35-foot, 2 inches, 8 inches, whatever it is, fifth wheel we have. I cannot imagine anything bigger than that.
I can't believe how the Brinkley feels like home. I mean, I get in that and it's comfortable, and it just feels like it's where we're supposed to be.
Yes, it does. It does. And it has been awesome driving it, but I don't think it's just the two of us and Bo, and we have room for a couple of guests. We could house a couple of our grandkids, and
I hope we can do that.
And a parent or two, and but we don't need anything bigger. So there's no reason the 350 with the 6.7 tows this thing. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I have to watch myself because I'll find myself going 75 miles an hour, keeping up with traffic. I stop, I try to go 66 is the sweet spot. 66, 67 is best.
I still worry about you though, because I keep getting fearful that you're going to want an office. Like I can just see the kitchen table being removed again for some type of an office.
The only way
we did that with our very first RV.
Yes, I have a plan.
That's what I was afraid of.
Okay, so what I really would like to do with this Brinkley is we haven't done our review on it, so I guess I can't show everybody. I can't explain. I'm not even going to go there. But I have a plan for an office. I've kind of talked to you, and you've kind of, it's too much money, but we don't full time. We're half, 3/4 time. Right now we have a condo that we've had for years in
that
Florida,
we rent out,
and we have this for extra income. We rent it out in the season here in the Panhandle. That's from May until roughly 1st of September. So that's the only time we rent it. Well, we're on the road. That's too hot for us down here. But there's that nice little breeze up here in the Panhandle from the Gulf, and everybody from the South loves that time to vacation. So that's when we rent it out. If we should ever sell this, then I would think about a slightly bigger, but I don't ever see that in our future because we love this
the
place.
reason that we bought this condo was we have friends who had a condo here, and they said, you got to buy one because the kids had surprised us with a dog. And they said, if you're an owner, you can have a dog. And also, it's just think of, instead of your money being in the bank, it's in this condo.
Yeah. So
but it's kind of a it's a good pay.
No, we're using it right now, like for R&R, because it's been pretty intense. Our travel, you've been following us, our travel schedule. We just came off one of our big fall rally, which was incredible in Texas.
It was fun.
But, in all, we have been with 100 different people interacting fairly intently for 2 months between the rally and the Mississippi River. Oh, did you see the video?
We were not lonely.
So we came back and we've got a ton of video to edit. We got a couple of big projects that we have to do particularly for the RV community. Those of you who are members, we'll have big news soon for you.
And then cool owning anything means that there's maintenance. Like, you hire somebody. So we have, and they don't do a good job, and then you have them come back again.
So I woke up this morning. I get up at 6 o'clock most mornings, and I got up a little before 6. And I always am very quiet. I try to not wake her up when I come out. And that's my little quiet time in the morning. And she wasn't in the bed.
My house coat was there, but I was gone.
It was like the rapture because her house coat was lying on top of the bed. What happened to her? So I looked. She wasn't in the bathroom. She wasn't in the living room or the office. It was not an office, like a family room. And then I looked, and she's sleeping on a kid's bed in the kid's bedroom. So she informed me that our mattress needs to be replaced.
And that'll be our project. The mattress was kind of bad. And then Bo was traumatized by yesterday, the noise they were making because they were doing some work here. So he decided to sleep with us, and there just wasn't room for 3.
So anyway, all that is a lot of work here too. We are here probably through the week, and then hopefully Halloween. Actually, we think we'll be on the road Halloween day and spend the night in someplace up in probably northern Alabama. We'll see how that
work our way north
of Birmingham,
and someplace. Have to get our rig winterized. Mm-hmm. Oh, I
don't want to talk about
that's always so depressing, having to winterize.
Yeah, they said it's going to be a tough winter up in Michigan. And we're only going to be in Michigan until January, because right after first year, we always come south. We have the Tampa RV show and some other things like that. All right, back to your questions and comments. Sorry. We're talking too much here about ourselves. All right, Little Piece of Heaven.
All right, just got back from Oregon coast trip. We had a blast.
Oh, we had that one. We did that. Yeah, that was our first one. Okay. All right, lots of you talking.
Hello from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, hello, everybody in.
Great fall day in Vegas.
Let's go to. There's a question. I got to find it now. Where is it?
Oh dear.
It's for you. Here it is. Okay.
You just hit it.
There we go.
Okay. Jen, what fitness place have you used in the past that allows you to use and visit, when we're in different states?
Boy, have we ever used
Anytime Fitness. I have been there so many times this 6 weeks that we were on the road.
We found one in every community we visited, didn't we?
just about
in
every
these
community.
12 states, yeah, every community.
And it was just, I was so happy. Why don't I just walk outside? Because when I'm on a treadmill, I can stop whenever I want. I don't have to worry about my knee going out. And oh dear, I'm a mile from home. And I worked in a gym for 30 years. I'm a gym rat. I like a gym. I like the machines. I like the weights. I just like a gym and Anytime Fitness. But there's the Planet Fitness. There's other
Planet
things
Fitness,
out there.
Yeah, there are all lots of good ones.
And if you're a senior, lots of times you can get in just about any place.
I like Anytime Fitness. And when we had a van, I used it. Don't look at me like that.
You like it? You like it when you drop me off and pick me up?
And what am I doing?
Working.
What am I doing? I'm sitting out in the car. We're in the truck with Bo, typing out the podcast while you were lollygagging around with the weight machine.
Yeah, but I've always said that we could leave Bo at home.
Yeah,
and you could come in for a few minutes.
That That's
You
on
don't
my
wanna-
to-do
You don't
list.
want to. That's on the to-do list.
One of the nice things when we had a van is you could shower there, and you could if you found an Anytime Fitness, you could probably park in their parking lot
Mm-hmm.
and sleep because hey, you're going to the gym, right? And anyway, I don't know if that's street legal, but you could.
Yeah, and
some people
when
have.
you're in the van, you can go in, and if you're a member, you can go in and shower. It's any
And it's a
time.
nice private shower. It's always clean.
You got your little fob. You can get in.
Yep. All right. Let's go back and see what else we got for questions here. All right. This is from Mary Haminga, who we
Okay.
spent a week with just a little while ago.
We love traveling and the friendly Texas folks. Hello from Midland, Texas. Had a great visit with our son in El Paso. Now headed east. We like our new to us Dodge Ram 2500 gas. Pulls the Airstream great. So happy to hear that it's serving you well.
Thank you, Mary. And drive safe. Be
We
safe.
were so delighted to see you guys.
Yeah. Chris Mondo Biondo is there.
Finally made it home safely from the Texas trip to Kansas last night.
He's been on the road a long time, Chris.
Yeah, I hope you had a good trip home.
And Joe is responding to my 12.1 miles. That's what I thought, Joe. That's pretty good mileage. He says their 25-foot Winnebago View on the Mercedes averages 14.5. Well, you're half my size, so you should do better than that. At that rate. But yeah, and you have the 3500 Mercedes. We love that. That's a great.
I like
great engine, that
Winnebagos.
Sprinter engine. All right. Let's see. From Hiken RV.
Let's see. Hello from the
Canadian. Yeah, the Canadian West Coast.
Yeah, just about to winterize our RV. Sad, but winter camping can be fun.
Hey,
It certainly can be.
If you guys have never winterized before, I don't know if I offered this here before. I think I did once. I may have mentioned it in passing. We have a free winterizing guide, and we'll put the URL. There it is, right there. You can just go there and you can download it. If you're already in our, if you already have, are part of our email and our mailing list and get the newsletter and stuff, that's okay. I think it'll still come to you. But we put together all the stuff we've done. It's just a handy checklist. And like anything else, even though you've done winterizing, maybe you've said, oh, I do it all the time. It doesn't hurt to have a checklist. Always have a checklist. Try and have one before for setting up and for taking off in an RV. How you set up camp and unhook or whatever you do, if you have a motorhome, what you do to get that ready, both setting up camp and then breaking camp. Have a checklist for that, and winterizing is there. So there's lots of stuff there that help, and it's free. You just go get it. Like that. It's magic. It's magic.
Read from Cindy there. That's kind of scary.
Cindy, what did she say?
Cindy said, we own numerous rentals and capital gains will get you. We looked at selling some and didn't because of that. Actually, that's why we've hung on to this one.
Well, they get you unless you, that's right. Unless you take that, whatever that appreciation is and put it into something else.
Something else. I think you got 6 months.
Yeah, I don't know. We
don't know.
We've had this, and our kids like it, and after we're gone, depending on whether if we need it, it's an asset that we can draw on when we get old and feeble and can't do this anymore. So
2 out of 3 kids like it.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 kids.
And the other one, he'd like to rent it.
Yeah.
I don't think he would, though. You get a lot of questions and you get a lot of grief.
Oh, sometimes it's really fun.
But we meet some really nice people.
And
too.
we manage it
Super
ourselves.
nice
We
people,
manage
yeah.
it ourselves.
Yeah,
And,
we
and
get to
don't
talk
ask
to
me.
everybody.
I keep that totally separate from here, so I'm not going to even tell you where it is. So
I would tell you.
No, don't ask. don't because we want to keep that totally separate.
All right.
So
if you can find us, no.
Stop it. Okay. Yeah. She'll probably just give it to you to use. No. So if she does, don't listen to her because I said no. Okay. All right. Thank you, Cindy, for the question. Quick reminder for those of you who are members of the RV community, and this is where I make my nightly Ask Us Anything pitch for you to join the RV community. I was on not our Facebook group. We have a big Facebook group of 620,000 people, I think. But I was on another Facebook group. I was researching something that somebody had written there. Somebody had said, "Hey, is this true?" And it turned out it wasn't true. But I was just appalled when I read this Facebook. It was so nasty, so many nasty people. Somebody had asked a pretty innocent question, a newbie question, but one we all have. And then people would say, "Don't ask questions that have already been answered." Well, this person just joined the group. Use the search function to see if there's already an answer. You know what? Cranky, nasty people. Somebody's just trying to find out some information. And that's why that happens all the time. And it happens sometimes on our Facebook group, because we have moderators. We have a great team of moderators. You wouldn't believe the stuff they catch, but still, sometimes those snarky, nasty people get through. So that's why we started rvcommunity.com. And yes, it is, you do have to buy a membership in it. It starts at $4.99 a month. And if that's too much for you, you probably shouldn't be an RVer. Come on. Yeah, everything online has some cost to it. So that's what we started off with. There are no ads in our Facebook community, none. There's no politics, no religion. There is no nastiness. We have none. I mean, it's just friendly people who are willing to help. And we have so many other resources and things that you can't touch on a Facebook group. Like our rallies, we announced to our members our spring rally in St. Augustine, Florida, which we're going to hold in April. But you got to be a member of the community to go. We're about ready to open up signing for our summer rally, which will be in a really cool place. And then our fall rally comes later. We do 3 big in-person rallies. We're hosting a rally, a mini meetup, we call them, to go see Mannheim Steamroller in a Christmas concert. And we have 20, 30 people. We do regional meetups. It's just such a breath of fresh air. And I've been talking about it for a year. I'll talk about it here to you guys who watch us regularly on Ask Us Anything. It's rvcommunity.com. That's where you got to go. I'll put that up on the screen right here. And I just invite you to go and to check it out. Well, here's another address. You can just go there. That'll get you there too. Just go, check it out, and join us and be a part of it. We hang out there every day. I am very seldom on the Facebook group anymore because it's too noisy. But here, I'm answering questions. Jen's answering questions. I got Wendy. We got Phyllis out there and the team. Okay, enough. I know people are tuning out.
Yep.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Okay. Now I wanted to answer a question that we had.
Now I got to be able to take that off. Okay.
Yeah, I got to take that off.
Okay. Okay. We had a question. You saw
we had a question about the camping fees.
Where was that?
Well, good question.
I don't know. I'm just going to take I'm going to just go to one here. Okay. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Right there it is.
Okay.
Your thoughts on campground fees. We stayed at Gulf Shores State Park and paid $79 to $91 per night, and each day costs a different amount. Stings a bit.
It does. And it's, this is.
Been to a hotel room lately?
Yeah.
The weekends and holidays.
Yeah, you could probably get a hotel room for $91.
Yeah. I might get bed bugs.
This is a state park, and this is this thing called dynamic pricing. They do it in airline fees. They do it in hotels. And now a lot of state governments have been bought by these companies that say, hey, we'll manage it all for you. They take a cut. They charge you $3 to make an online reservation. Nobody, we all pay those fees. We don't think about it. But this dynamic, if there's a demand for it, it goes up. Mm-hmm. And here's another thing. Some of those programs. So say you go and you search for campsite 12 at a state park, and the rate is $52. And you want to check with your travel mate, and you come back in 5 minutes, and you want to check that same thing, and suddenly it's $10, $20, $30 more. They know that you came and looked at it a few minutes ago, so now they're going to say, hey, look, it's costing more. You better get it right now. They just rip off greedy people. And this is a state park. This is people in Alabama own that park. It's the people's park. It's not the government's park. But they do that to profit. I'm sorry, $91. And that is a beautiful state park. I will say that. But still, Come on.
Is that
crazy.
the state parks? Do you have to pay like other places a guarantee stay, like
Oh,
$20
I just
to
to make 'em-
guarantee that you're going to get that spot
Yeah, so
instead of wherever they
this
want to
is-
move you around to?
This is why I really have. This is
Now,
why
don't blow a
I
gasket.
okay, I won't blow a gasket, but I just have so had it with greed. That's all it is. And don't give me this stuff. Oh, they have expenses. Of course they have expenses. So do we. You know, they need us to do business. Okay, so you rent a site. I look. Here's the map. Pick your site. I pick site 36, and you reserve it. And then it says, hey, if you really want that site, you got to pay us $20 more because we might give it to somebody else and change it. Well, then why did you let me reserve it if I have to pay you $20 more? That happened to me. It happens mostly at commercial sites. I just booked a site in when we were going home on Halloween night, and it said the same thing. We can't guarantee you this thing unless you give us $20 more. Well, then why did you?
Didn't.
No, I did not. I did not.
I mean,
and we will
just
walk.
for the night.
I will drive through the night rather than pay him $20.
There's a love station. We can go
there is,
there.
well, I have to probably get booked up, but okay, you got me going, and Jennifer's. I can't blow a gasket, but I'm sorry. It's greed. It's just greed, and that's part of our culture and society today, isn't it?
Rising expenses.
Yeah.
Now everybody's got rising expenses.
So there you go. What can I say? Okay. Darth Gita.
Okay, I have a 300 watt inverter that died on my 2006 Winnebago Class C motorhome, and my RV friend told me I have to get an original, not just another 300 watt one from Amazon. Any advice where to get one?
Well,
Check
you
with
got a
Winnebago.
20-year-old RV. So first of all, a 300 watt inverter charges a laptop. That's about it. I mean, it's useless for anything serious in your RV. But yeah, you probably do, because all the wiring and everything in a 20-year-old RV, you know, it may work great, but the electrical system needs to be upgraded. I would call Winnebago and see if you can find one. But and I don't know whether you have to have the original. It's probably a proprietary thing. Remember back in 2006, all this stuff was kind of new. We were just starting to add all of these appliances and extras to RVs. And a 300 watt inverter today is laughable. You can get a 300 watt inverter that's about that big at a truck stop that you can plug into a cigarette lighter and get more power. But I would call Winnebago, and I would not hold out a lot of hope that they have one. And I think if you're going to keep that 25-year-old or 20-year-old RV, you probably want to then, and it probably is made better than anything you'll find on the road today.
I was just going to say that it's made well, because I think it was 2008 that they started kind of taking shortcuts and the bean counters took over. So you probably have an excellent Winnebago. I like Winnebago.
Probably
I think it's a good brand.
And structurally, it's
better
than anything they've made for years. But the electrical system certainly in 2006 is a lot different than what people want to use it for today. So I would ask around. I don't know where you're located. I recommended this the other night to somebody, and the place I know that knows most about electricity and solar and upgrading is in Elkhart, Indiana. It's called Future Solutions. Call them up, tell them your situation, see what they suggest. Now, other people here will probably say, "Well, here's another company that'll do it." And you can, if you have a company that thinks can handle that, post the name here in the chat, and Darth Guido can find it. But so be glad you got a 2006, because structurally, mechanically, frame-wise, it's probably a whole lot better than anything that has been made since then.
And we wish you luck, and we hope you can get that going and get back on the road again.
And tell us what's happening.
Yeah, tell us what you did to solve your problem.
Yep. And here's a question from PNW, Pacific Northwest Outdoors 25.
I use air to winterize this year. Sure wish I had tried it sooner.
Yes, I've been a big booster of using for compressed air to blow out.
Just can't use too much force.
You can't use too much force. One time I did it. Do you remember the year early on? We had a van, and I got all the, you got to drain all the water out and everything. And then I hooked up a bicycle pump, and I pumped and pumped, and I actually got most of the water out of those lines. But yeah, forced air is a great way to do it. If you're a skilled DIYer, yeah, try it. It works great. If you're not so skilled, get some help. You know, it only costs $100 and something to have your RV winterized, and call a mobile tech. Say, hey, do you do compressed
Just your
air?
grocery money for the month.
yeah. If it's your grocery money, you better learn it yourself. But I like compressed air. It works well. I don't know how it will work with the washer and dryer. So this is a brand new rig for us that we got in August. I'm going to have it done either at the dealer or somewhere else by a pro, and I'll watch their system, and then I can do it myself. I've done it a million times on all of our other RVs. Well, not actually a million, but a lot.
But the washer is another.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's all good. And I did it last year. I also kept a heater on all last year, so nothing would freeze.
Yeah, the heater was a great invention.
It cost a lot of extra money electricity wise. I'll say that. Good. But the heater was good.
So you probably could have had it winterized.
Yeah, I did have it winterized.
I know.
I still use the heater. Favorite smaller Class Cs. We have a Class B that we love, but looking for something a bit larger, still 25 feet or under. Well, I think that's pretty much what most of you want to, what they call a B plus. It's a Class C, but B plus. You know, Lisa Travel Van makes an excellent Class C.
Got a whole audience here. Ask everybody what they love about their Class C, and would they buy it again?
Forester. I know Jeff Newman on here has a Forester, and he seems to be very happy with his, as does our friend James Massey have a Forester, and he likes his. I really like the Winnebago View, particularly the rear bed one. In fact, we had this little debacle when we bought we bought a Class C this summer and kept it a month. But I would have bought the Winnebago rear bed one, but they didn't have it. It wasn't available at that point.
It has to be available now.
It is available now. So I would look at that. So those are some suggestions, and I'm sure other people here will post stuff on, and you can find some more. And who's this? Karen. Don blew the water out yesterday, just in case. Hasn't used the water antifreeze yet. Well, if you don't have any water in there, you don't have anything that'll freeze. Right?
But I'd still put antifreeze in case you miss some.
I just put some in the traps maybe and see what happens. Ted L says, looking at making a major battery upgrade to my Leisure Unity Murphy bed to lithium batteries. So you must have an older one, because they started making lithium a few years back now. I was convinced to go Lithionics brand, but heard stories, not too, since bought out by Winnebago. Your thoughts? Well, I'm not a big fan of corporate ownership of anything, big corporations that make 100 different brands. In fact, listen to my podcast this week about that. We're going to interview Liz Amazing. Do you know who she is? Liz has become, she didn't start out this way, but she's become kind of the consumer voice for RV owners who get stuck with lemons. And she's got some really provocative things to say. And I thought everybody would like to get an idea, because she's very influential in the whole RV industry now. They all know who she is, trust me. And I think you'll get a kick out of hearing her story, and you'll
tell your friends to listen.
Tell your friends to listen. That'll be on the podcast on
Everybody,
Wednesday.
Listen up.
But as to Lithionics makes great stuff. Personally, since I guess probably 2019, we have been Battleborn customers. We love Battleborn batteries. That's what the one thing I did on our new Brinkley is I put in 2 big game changer Battleborn batteries. I put in, my favorite system is Victron, their solar controller. I put in some more solar. That's just what I've had a lot of experience with. A lot of people love Lithionics, and I've not had personal experience with them. I have with Battleborn, and I'm a big fan of Battleborn. At any rate, and Battleborn is what At least I think they still are doing it. That's what Leisure Travel Van uses in their factory installed lithium. All right, we got to do one more. And just a quick reminder for everybody who is a member of the RV community, we do our Afterglow at 7:45 Eastern time. So that's in about 10 minutes. We have to switch all of our platforms around. And we pick up the conversations with the RV community. You still have time. Go to rvcommunity.com, join, and you can join us in the Afterglow. I snuck in another plug for it. I really like the community. That's my favorite thing online now these days. All right, let me go through and see if we have something else that I can quickly answer. Here's somebody that likes the Ford Gemini. Big Jim Slade. He likes the Ford Gemini 24 kW. That's a nice one. And let's see. Who is that?
Somebody, hit the like
Chris
button.
Mounder. I was just thinking about asking you about Liz Amazing. Yeah, Liz is a really nice lady. I really like her. She's been around a long time. She didn't start off doing this stuff, but like all of us who've been doing this, we hear about these people who, your whole life savings goes into buying an RV. People have worked their whole lives and that's their dream. And then they get these things. And anyway, she has a pretty interesting theory of why quality is such an issue now. And it basically boils down to the fact that three big corporations, huge corporations, Forest River, Winnebago, and Thor, own and make something like 100 different RV brands. That a huge amount. I don't know if I might have the 100. It might be, but it's a lot.
Give or take.
And they're ruled by corporate bean cutters. You all who work for big corporations, you know what happens. In about 2008, these corporations got bigger and some bean cutter came in, according to Liz's theory. And hey, we can save money if instead of using wood, we use, pressed wood, fake wood.
Staples.
And instead of using screws, we can just staple stuff together. Great. So they save money that way. So she seems to have traced this from 2008 on. And then, of course, the pandemic and 2020 really messed things up with supply. And it's an interesting interview. And I she's taken a lot of heat from the industry. And I can tell you that her heart is with the consumers. And I think you'll enjoy the interview. All right.
That question.
All right. Last
Sharon
question
has.
of the night on Ask Us Anything
Sharon.
is from Sharon Childress.
If you plug something into the cigarette lighter when the car van is not running, does it wear down the car battery? I would think so.
Well, most of the time, most cigarette lighters don't work unless the ignition is on. So you might not have to have the engine on, but you do have to have the ignition on. The engine may not be running, but the ignition has to be on, I think, for that 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter to work. And yes, it will wear down your battery. If you turn on the ignition, just leave the ignition on and plug something in. It will wear it down. Okay.
I wonder what you're planning on plugging in and how long you're going to leave it plugged in.
Yep.
Good luck.
Yep. All right. Everybody be careful out there. Be safe. We'll see you guys in the community in just a couple minutes. And we'll head over there. Again, listen to the podcast that's coming up. And if you haven't seen our video, we posted it yesterday, the end of our Mississippi River trip in New Orleans, and then the plantation country to the south of it, and then the swamp where the river disappears into the Gulf. It was a really fun video to put together, and we hope you enjoy it. Go look at that on our YouTube channel. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. There's a bell, hit the bell, and then you know when we have new videos. All right. Enough of this shameless promotion. We're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for being there.
And hit the like button. Happy trails.